Now Allen. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a
story.
Long night.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Play action. It's Trubisky. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 32-yard line. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Boswell's kick is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Singletary to get the drive started. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle, because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it. That's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Muhammad. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
To the air, Allen. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Ahkello Witherspoon. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows to 10-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? Now, that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there. Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it. This is Muhammad. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And now they'll throw with Allen. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Gardner liked the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Allen. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On 4th down, on is the former Dolphin Matt Hawk to punt for Buffalo. And back deep, Gunnar Olszewski. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. A give to Harris. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Oh, that's a very good run there by Najee Harris, who can take it inside. He can get to the perimeter. He can do it all with his build and his speed. This is a guy coming out of Alabama who did everything for the Crimson Tide. That's why Pittsburgh took him in the first round. Last in the league in rushing as a team last year were the Steelers. They're expecting Harris to kickstart their running game.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. They'll run on 1st down. Harris. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. Now Trubisky. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They go play action. Trubisky. Flushed out right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I know we spend a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays on the football. How about a good linebacker? Feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and knocks it away. Really well done.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They go play action with Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They run the counter. It's Harris. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This just a 24-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Out to the flat here for Johnson. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Duke Johnson. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point attempt to follow here. And that'll make it 13-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Olszewski now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Trubisky's throw taken in by Miller. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
A big play there just before halftime. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky looking for the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Steven Sims Jr. in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. McKenzie now from his end zone.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Trubisky. Complete. It's Johnson. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson, 38 yards. And the Steelers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Boswell for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Alert! Mike one. Hey. So Mike's number one. Watch the run. Here we go. Alert. Run for Mike. Watch one. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here.
Here's Allen to throw it. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 11. Now Harris. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 96 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Trubisky will throw. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run again with Harris. And some room to roam now. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A run with Harris out of the shotgun, and they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The deuce is wild here. 2nd down and 2 with just about 2 minutes on the clock. They'll try to run with Harris. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. extra point put through by Boswell. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. On second down now, Muhammad, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Allen. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be a second down. They'll run with Muhammad, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. From the gun, it's Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On play action, Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big gain there for the Bills. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On first down, Muhammad. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
56. At the Steelers' 5-yard line. 41's coming. 41's a mic. I don't even know why this team.
And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal.
So Mike's number 1. I got one. Middle. Here we go.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Third and goal, try to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Strong right. Alert. 3.
Allen now looks to throw. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. yards. And the Bills get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now down to 20. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. On third down, Trubisky steps away to his left, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
On first down, Trubisky. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. But you said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
158 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Trubisky. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 55 yards. And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. He finds his man Johnson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
And Deontay Johnson has seen his share of targets increase in his first 2 years in the league, and last year finished with 88 catches. Continuing to work on grabbing everything that comes his way. A nice...
And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Deontay Johnson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Steelers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. McKenzie now from his end zone. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On first down, Allen. He's going to let it fly. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
On second down, this is Harris. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice?